Hi, thanks for watching. I feel a little silly. I recently found out that Twitch doesn't actually hold on to VODs for all that long. I was thinking it was recording pretty much all of the progress that I've been doing here on the server for the past year, but it's just been deleting the VODs after a couple of days. I should have known better and backed them up, but that means that I don't have them for me to show to you. Instead, I figured I would go on a little bit of a base tour. Show you everything that I've made so far, and maybe we could talk about some of the stuff that I plan to make in the future. So let's get started. Over here, I've got a little kitchenette. This is where I make all of my meals. And back there, behind these water walls, is where I go ahead and sleep. If I ever want to enchant something, I come up here to the library. If I ever want to check out a book from the library, though, I would have to come over here and talk to Clemmy. Hi, Clemmy. Bye, Clemmy. Opposite Clemmy, I have my potion brewing section. This is where Terrence hangs out with his intern. Terrence has been here for a really long time, so he gets an intern. His intern is nice, but, Terrence is not so nice. I don't know why he's so grumpy, though. His view is excellent. You could see the player launcher. What a great view. What? What did you say? If you ever need to use the restroom, come over here and always knock right before you enter. Oh! Science dog. I've asked you to stop drinking out of the toilet a bunch of times. I really wish you would stop. Don't look at me like that. I know you enjoy it. Well, I guess I can just, show you one of my other cool things from here inside the house. If ever I want to leave out quickly, I can always just sneak out behind my bed. If you know what this is, then you know what it is. Whee! This lets me get up to the farms on the top of the mountain, and it also gives me a quick way to start flying out into each and every one of the other bases here on the server. Right here inside, I've got an excellent view from up here inside the radio tower. Look at all these fun little spots that we'll get to visit here in just a little bit. From the hard light boats, to the sniffer sanctuary, over to the villager hall. I also like to use the water elevators. They're a great way to get up and down inside the base super quick. I've got one up to the radio tower, but more importantly, I've got one down here, going down to the heart of the operation, the storage center. Behind this vaulted door is the outside world, but inside it, everything I could ever even try to get, plus extra space. Over here, I've got my smelter. Up in this corner is where I like to put everything in. Oh, looks like someone left it open. If I poke my head back here, you can see the gully works with the fuel section. And just over this wall, we'll get to see one of my other cool little farms, an automatic bone meal farm. But that's not what's cool about it. What's cool about it is electronic Mikey. Hi, Mikey. He sorts melons and pumpkins for me, and if there's excess, he takes them over there to the empty composter. This is my favorite one, though. It makes my bamboo, which I automatically feed over into the other side with my fuel dispensers. I also have a whole bunch of honey. I've got a pretty decent bee farm here. And what is all this honey for, of course, but all of this copper, and more importantly, the clones. I know you've died in Minecraft, I know I've died in Minecraft, so it's always important to have a backup one of these guys ready to go, just in case. She's even got her own redstone goggles. I'd like to go outside right now, but it looks like it's almost nighttime, so how about I go upstairs and we'll go ahead and take a little snoozle. We'll close these trapdoors real quick so I don't get rained on by mistake. Feeling refreshed. What a beautiful morning. I always love getting to step outside and see the hard light shine brightly. The next thing I like to do is come in here and check about all my farm animals. Luckily, this is Minecraft, so I don't have to do anything about it. Down here, just around the corner, I have all of my steeds. Donkeys, camels, mules, horses, and several pieces of netherite horse armor. Just past this big gnarled tree, we have the Minecraft special, everyone's favorite, the mines. Just over here, we've got the very first bridge, as well as the turtle dock. And right over there, you can see the Sniffer Sanctuary. Over there's the Villager Hall. We'll go check that out next. Over here, though, you can see the Exponential Building. It's one of my newer ones, but I'm not certain what I want to do with it yet. If you've got any ideas, go ahead and feel free to leave a comment below, and maybe I'll put what you think of inside. Over here, I've got the Villager Hall. Each one of the different layers is dedicated to a different type of villager. Well, I say type, I mean style. Each one of the floors is dedicated to a different build. The bottom is for farmers, the middle is for metal workers, and the top is for librarians. It's a little hard to see all of them from down here, and it's also a little difficult to get in. In an attempt to make this mob-proof, I did accidentally also make it player-proof. Luckily, you can get in through the very tippy top, that open dome up there. It's a little annoying. Over here, I've got a canal that I made. I dug all of this out by hand, including the lake over there. These used to be plains. And it's right across from our solar farm. Ooh, look at this shot. You can see all the way up to the top of the mountain with my farms. Over here, though, we've got that solar panel farm that I was talking about. This is purely decorative and doesn't really serve much function other than looking really cool. It does also house our newest and scariest employee. I'm a little nervous to go in and check on her. She doesn't seem to be easy to bother, but, well, I gotta check on everyone, I guess. Okay. Hi, Wilma! Hi, how are you? Working hard or hardly working? Okay, you keep it up, running these solar panels that have to stay completely still. Okay, bye, Wilma. It's always so awkward talking to her. She gives me the creeps. Luckily, I can always de-stress with just a quick step right over here. If I follow the path, take a little right here, and then make my way around these barrier walls, I will find myself in a beautiful paradise. The Sniffer Enclosure. Hey, buddy. Taking big sniffs. Each one of these guys is equipped with a nice big enrichment pumpkin. And I even gave them a cool little cave over here. If you take a peek inside, there's glowberries and torch flowers. If I wiggle my way just past all these reeds and over these rocks, I can make my way over here to the beach. Here at the beach, I take care of all of my exotic plants. I've got cocoa beans, glowberries, pitcher plants, and torch flowers, and unfortunately also, I've got weeds. Next to the beach, I've got a way up and down. Using these bubble columns, I'm a big fan of them. I can get down to the beach or up into this room. And why would I want to come in here? I think you know what it is. I love player launchers. This is so silly. And look, from up here we can see all of the cool angles that the base has to offer. Well, hold on. There we go. Look at that. Everything's so small from up here. Hi, Farms. A quick zoom down the canal. And as we get the height we need, we'll take a turn backwards. And we can try and get as much of the base on screen as possible. It's getting harder and harder every day, especially since how there's tiny itty-bitty spots all over. Here, let me show you one of my favorite itty-bitty spots here on the server. Just over the base and right past the nether portal. Whoop. It's my fishing spot. It's where I like to go fishing. It's a little beaver dam, and they've built it over there. So now that they've built the beaver dam over there, it makes the whole, this is their little beaver nest, but it makes the whole thing flow this way. And if we keep following the river down this way, it opens up into the lake. It's full of all kinds of little bits of wildlife creatures, turtles, axolotls, pufferfish, tropical fish, and my favorite of all, my gators. How are you doing today, Mr. Gator? Well, Mr. Gator did look like he wanted to bite me, so I decided that I would leave him alone and instead come over here and show you this. My hard light ink farm. It's meant to look like a little boat, but it also is powered by guardians. Whenever they see a squid, they start zapping with lasers. They do need to see the squid, and they are not very smart. Then an Olay collects it. Oh, what a beautiful sunset. All right. Looks like the sun's setting, though, so we need to get back to bed. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and give Science Cat a little stop. How you doing today, Science Cat? He studies the rivers, and he also studies the newspaper. Science Cat came here on this truck. I don't know how he drove it or got a license, but he definitely drove it here himself. I am as concerned as you are. All right, let's go ahead and try and get to bed. First, we'll get to walk through all of our wonderful little trees here. Take a quick peek at the base. Really just soak it in. I really love the way that all these old oaks look. With the crickets chirping, the fireflies all over, and the side of the sniffer enclosure just there across the lake. I really do love this cozy little vibe I've made here. Here, let's head inside. Storage room seems secure. Let's go ahead and pop back up the stairs and take a quick little snoozle. I've shown you a lot of the places that I go to here at the base, but this isn't the only place that I like to be. There's actually a whole bunch of other places that I've built. That's how I was able to make all this stuff. So here, let me step through the nether. I'll show you some of the places that I like to go. Like here, or here, or here, or here, here, Definitely spending time in here. I do come here. Not here too much, actually. I do love to come here and hang out with these guys. I'll come here, and I'll even come here. But most of all, my favorite place in the whole world is just my base. It's beautiful, really. Everything from these old oaks all the way down to tiny little details. The Spanish moss, the hanging rope, and even my best buddy over here, Banjo. I've worked really hard this past year trying to make this world as beautiful as I possibly can. I still feel like there's a ton more to do, and I'm really excited to see what all I can think of. Who knows what I'll make? And here's hoping that you get to see me make it. Thanks for watching, friend.